Hi there. Welcome once again to Jaipur. And in this video, we'll dive deep, or at least deeper, because in the last video we were just going across the city of Jaipur and Amer, but in this one we'll stop and we'll explore. Of course, you may have already noticed the Hawa Mahal passed on our left. The reason we did not stop at Hawa Mahal is because we saw a little bit of it in the last video. So I tried to speak in slow motion. That's weird. How did I do that? Anyways, now we are about to reach a place where we will stop, and as you can see, I'm not speaking in slow motion anymore. We have taken a left turn on the Hawa Mahal road and now we are headed towards City Palace. So the City Palace held massive significance and importance in the city of Jaipur. In fact, what Amer Palace was to Amer, City Palace was to Jaipur. So City Palace was where the seat of power was. This is where the king or the Maharaja ruled from. It was where the whole administration of Jaipur was run from as well. And this lasted for almost 200 years until an elected government was set up. I'm quite happy about the time right now. It's actually before 9 a.m. So it's morning, and that's why you see this area is all quiet and empty. Otherwise this parking lot is pretty busy because this is where people visiting the famous City Palace park their cars. But I have started early, and so have you. So today's plan is all about relaxing and enjoying the City Palace along with a little bit of the famous Jantar Mantar of Jaipur. And of course, because this is walk with me, you will get to just casually walk around and take in these nice colorful views of Jaipur. Where we are walking right now is actually right in front of the City Palace. In fact, right there at the end is the gate. Wow, look at those beautiful colors. So if I were to take a left turn from here, I would reach Jantar Mantar, and so would you. But if we keep walking, we'll enter right into the City Palace. But I think we should check out the Jantar Mantar first, because that'll be faster. This is the Jantar Mantar, and the reason I said this will be faster is just because what this place is supposed to be. So there are no relaxing places, no shadowy places in this bright summer day of Jaipur in here, because the place actually works on the basis of the sun and how it casts its shadows here. So now I am showing you what's the long view of Jantar Mantar. Excuse me. And incidentally, I'm actually at a shadowed place as I look at all these wonderful instruments. And I've always been curious why this is called Jantar Mantar, And the reason is actually Sanskrit, because it was derived from Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is actually one of the oldest known languages in the world. In fact, it's 3000 to 3500 years old. And Jantar in Sanskrit means instrument, and Mantar means logic, and that's where the name comes from. So Jantar Mantar is basically an astronomical observatory. Alright, so enough of science and logic. Now we need some arts, and we'll go into the city palace. So you see that Savai Mansingh Dvitiya, or Savai Mansingh the second symbol, that represents the last Rajput ruler before his kingdom was absorbed into the Indian territory. Wow, that's so beautiful, right? Wow. So while I cannot really make out one style of architecture from the other, what I do know is that this was inspired by Mughal as well as the Rajput architecture. And of course, the reason for Mughal influence was because of the very strong relationship between the Mughal Delhi and the Rajput Jaipur at that time. And as for that association, the Rajput and Mughal association, it goes back many hundreds of years. In fact, for those of you who were observant enough as we were entering the city palace, you may have noticed one distinct word which is called Savai, or Savai, which is mentioned in the names of all the Rajput kings. It's actually a name which was given by a Mughal ruler to one of the Rajput rulers, and Savai actually means more than one. In fact, it means 1.25 if I try to translate it in English, and there's an interesting reason why it was used. So it actually goes back to the 1700s, when the leader or the ruler here was Jai Singh II, and Aurangzeb was ruling Delhi, and the Rajput king Jai Singh was actually fighting for the Mughals here as well. So continuing, Jai Singh was actually such a wonderful fighter that Aurangzeb in the 1700s called him Savai, or more than one, or 1.25, and it's stuck since. So the word Savai actually has stuck so well that all the kings since then use Savai in their name, which means they're more than one, and even the current king, who's Maharaja Padmanabh Singh, he also uses the title Savai in his name. Okay, so I think that's been too much information, when our intention here is to just relax and to hang out at the city palace. So I'll try to maybe give less information and more of these nice calming views. Oops. And that reminds me that Maharaja Savai Padmanabh Singh is, I think, 23 or 24 years old, and he lives here in this complex. Now we are entering another different section of the city palace, and as you can see, design wise and architecture wise also, this looks quite different from the other section, and there's a very interesting bit of history that's kept here, it's placed here. So we'll talk about that as well, and we'll also probably try to meet the Maharaja. So this beautiful section of the city palace actually contains what are the heaviest known silver artifacts in the world, and each of them can store 4,000 liters. That's it. So this is that silver artifact, these huge jars, and as I said, they can store 4,000 liters, and the story goes that 3 of these were built, but only 2 are surviving here because one is at the bottom of the Red Sea. Yes, you did hear that right. Bottom of the Red Sea, because this goes to the early 1900s when the British King Edward was being coronated, and the Rajput king from Jaipur was invited, and he took these 3 jars with him on the journey, the ship journey to London. And continuing that story, he was caught up in a storm, and his religious experts actually told him that he should send one of these 3 jars into the sea to calm the ocean gods and save the ship, and that's what he did. That's why one is at the bottom of Red Sea. Oh well, who could be that man on the left? Well, that's Maharaja Savai Padmanabh Singh. And I think we can find the 24-year-old Maharaja Savai Padmanabh Singh in there, but I don't think I can go in there right now. Maybe you should try when you're visiting the city palace next, and get yourselves a date with the Maharaja. Alright, so I've spoken enough and you have heard enough. Now we are at this terrace restaurant, and we'll just relax and have some tea and have some cookies, and you'll get some too. That tea was actually really good, and I think the cookies were even better. But yes, we are almost done with our zoomed in exploration or hanging out at the city palace, and I hope you have had a nice time walking with me. I'm not sure if you recall, but this is also where we started from. In fact, to the left is where I parked the car as well. Alright, bye bye, take care, see you very soon.